What's going on, folks? I got a clip for y'all, especially the ladies in specific, but for the men as well, man. This older woman is speaking some wisdom. I thought would be a little beneficial to the general consensus. I'm gonna let her get her balls off, and we're gonna chop it up.
A lot of women on social media right now are telling other women, don't listen to men. A man can't tell me nothing. If that is your posture, you are already, you are already not ready for marriage. That mindset comes from being in the wrong circles. Women who are in good, healthy marriages will tell you that attitude does not work. You have to be willing to receive correction, especially from a man who has his life together. And I'm not just talking about a husband or potential husband. I'm talking about any knowledgeable, caring man in your life. When I was planning to quit my job and go back to school full time to pursue my graduate degree, my boss, a CPA, told me not to. He told me to wait 2 more years, invest my pension first. Now, I could have been stubborn, but I listened. And because I listened, I was able to retire at 40 with a vested pension. When I actually retired, I had both a pension and Social Security benefits. That man was not my husband. He was not my family member. He was a knowledgeable, caring individual who saw something I couldn't see yet. I am so glad I learned to value the men God placed in my life. So I went to work on my debt. I couldn't fix it right away. I ended up filing for bankruptcy before I was 30. But what I learned from that experience has stayed with me for over years. If you cannot pay for it in cash, you don't need it. If you have credit card and you cannot pay off what you charge, do not charge it. Save first, budget first, spend what is left.
You know what I always find interesting about conversations like this? You listen to them, you know that it's coming from somewhere. You don't know where the words just manage to find their way in these nicely fit sentences, but you know that at some point they mattered. Yet and still, when we hear women like this speak, you dumbfounded. Oh, that's never going to be me. Who you talking to? Why are you telling me this? I don't need to hear this. But look at what the environment looks like. You look on social media all the time as folks pretending to live lifestyles that they don't live. They wearing things that they can't afford, while also in the same breath begging via Linktree and other various websites for a specific group of adults to participate in the carnal activities in which they want to monetize off of, while also saying that they don't need that very same person for anything else. And then you end up finding yourself spending more than you should have, needing help from the same people because what? Your impulses told you to go buy that purse or get them eyelashes that you don't need.
Financial preparation is an act of faith. It says you believe a partnership is coming and you want to be ready to build with someone, not hand them your problems to carry or your debt. Being willing to receive hard truth about your finances even when it's uncomfortable, is part of what makes you ready. But your finances and your personal growth can only take you so far if the people around you are pulling you in the wrong direction.
In all honesty, y'all spending all this money, taking all these loans to get these degrees that you never want to use, all so that you can hold it over people's head that you are smarter than them or you have the experience. So that means that you shouldn't have to abide by anybody else's rules and regulations. It's ironic because you spent 10, 12 years following someone else's rules and directions to end up getting the degrees and the large amounts of debt that you got. But then you'll end up being the same responsible one getting into a marriage with someone who has to then in turn pay off debt that you created by your own hands. Makes sense, doesn't it? Perfect.
Your social circle in your 30s and 40s is not the same as it was in your 20s, or at least it shouldn't be. The women you spend the most time with influence how you think, what you settle for, and how you see yourself. This is not about cutting people off. It's about being honest about who is adding to your life and who is keeping you stuck. If every woman in your close circle is bitter about men, convinced marriage is impossible, or constantly reinforcing a victim mindset about being single, that thinking will start to shape you too. That environment produces something different in you. Some women resist this and say, I'm not going to abandon my friends. Nobody is saying abandon anyone, but you do have to be selective about who gets your most vulnerable conversations, your deepest dreams, and your most significant time. A woman who spends every weekend complaining with the same group of friends about the same problems will still be having those same conversations 5 years from now if you don't change. Your environment is either preparing you or keeping you comfortable in a place you said you didn't want to stay.
She cooking. Revolving door. See, I can get on the internet and complain, and you can say men hate women and we misogynist, and you can put all the finger pointing on display. Make sure that it's looking right back at you when you do it, because yes, that is 100% facts. Every day we judge each other for something. And if you hang around a group of people who are 304s, who are liars, scammers, or any of that category, you are going to be judged for it. And it's going to rub off on you. Don't matter how much you swear up and down, you separate yourself from it. You can't. Only by actually removing them out of your life.
Choose accordingly. Here is what I know for certain. The season you're in right now is not wasted time, but what you do with it will determine everything. Start building. Get your finances straight if they're not, and be very intentional about who you let into your inner circle. A lot of women on social media right now.
When I think about fellowship and counsel, this is what I look to. No holds barred, it's unfiltered, unadulterated, and it doesn't have to be aggressive, doesn't have to be offensive to be correction. I would listen to this. I would take it into considerable consideration. Everything doesn't have to be offensive. It doesn't have to be an attack on your dignity or your pride. It's just a wake up call or a friendly reminder. Hey, you might want to do a self-check of what you got going on and see if any of this serves you anymore or not. Shout out to this woman. Y'all let me know in the comment section how you feel. Do you agree, disagree with anything that she said?